तब तक इंदुरी भाई का देख इनका डिले नहीं है गैस
नहीं मेरा जो
तेरा डिले था
मेरा एप्लीकेशन में था डिले
लेने में तो
You only can use certain weapons underwater.
इसलिए बार-बार रिपीट हो रहा था.
A nice cover or
अबे
evasion
दूसरा फोन
zone.
म्यूट
If
था
you're
रे
getting
मेरा
shot at, you can dive into the water, and as you get deeper, it gets murkier.
I didn't
The
mute
farther you
था
are
दूसरा
from something, you can't see it, and so it's
वो
been
parallel का
super
पता
fun
नहीं
for us
दिक्कत है
to dig into water and really flex on what water could be in Call of Duty. And you saw the boats and the mine that floats. And every piece of equipment, has been filtered. Like, how does it work in water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge.
Yeah,
really would instead of blinking out.
Yeah, everything.
A lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my god! Well, I can't quite wait to literally, dip my toes into those waters. But guys, let's not forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else is going to be coming to the movement system, Joe? What do we got?
Well, you know, last game we did mount, and we had slide, and even though we're a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, as you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle. But instead of doing a high mantle and throwing yourself up over into combat,
guns में पूरा recoil भर देना है यार इनको
जैसा पीछे वैसे रखना
नहीं बनाना है हाँ वही तो इसमें PUBG जैसा वैसा नहीं बनाना है पूरा recoil मस्त रहना है देख उसका recoil देख जो वेक्टर चला रहा है ना ये फेनिक चला रहा है ऐसा देख उसका.
But the other really cool thing is it dives just high enough to let you get through a window. And so if you throw a grenade up into a building's second story, often you'll see players like rats leaving a ship diving out through the windows. And it's just another option for players in combat.
Yeah, in all of these dynamic movements, you can interact
हवा में गोली चलाएंगे हवा में
क्या मैं सुन रहा था फिर से बोल
some of that
जिसके पास जाइरो जो यूज नहीं करता ना जाइरो नॉन जाइरो प्लेयर्स उनका हवा में चलेगा गोली रिकॉइल इतना रहेगा.
But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously,
output
a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping and using in all sorts in the next game?
I mean, you saw some cool stuff in the trailer. You saw the drill charge. You saw the shock stick. One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is a mine that you can throw out, and it basically sits there. And if a player gets close to it, it auto deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off. And it faces the person that triggered it, and so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water, and here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom! It's going to shut down everything, and I can move in, and clear that room. You saw the heartbeat sensor is back. It's got a new look. But it also has a battery as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it indefinitely in Warzone. And there's so
this is the tac cam too, which you guys just saw, which to me is a personal favorite.
You can put out a lot of them, and even you can patch into your teammates, so you can
kind of like a sticky GoPro, but will actually mark your enemies for your team.
Yeah.
So I expect to see a lot of fun.
There's so many
toys
and new tools that we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13
Steam के बाद
from Warzone and pretty awesome. Oh my god.
All this talk about equipment, it reminds me, I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got guys, what can you tell me about it and how will it change the way we level our weapons and manage them? I mean, what's going on there?
तो कोई भी खेलेगा ग्राफिक्स ज़्यादा है गेम्स मुझ से चला तो प्लेयर को मज़ा ही नहीं आएंगे जो खेलने वाला है.
इंदुर भाई को बताना ये ज्वाइन करने के लिए. I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
This does sound amazing. So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into those details, though, Joe? I mean, what can we expect?
Yeah, I can add a little bit of what Stephanie said. We had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74. You can make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, especially the grip they all come with. What Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms. You unlock those guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns. And it's all in this I'm building up an arsenal of weapons and an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think
नहीं यार देख सबके सब डिवाइजर नहीं चलने वाला तू सोच रहा है तो भाग देगा गेम
बाद में देखें चल बाद में देखें
receiver and they grow out of that.
Yeah, and that's we wanted to ground that in reality.
ऐसा FX का बनाएंगे तो चल जाएगा
is based in that changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience.
मेरा ये है कि भाई FX जैसा नहीं बनाना है. लिंक भेज देना उन्हें.
तू भेजा?
मैं ग्रुप पे डाला हूं उनको उधर भेज दे.
ग्रुप में है इंदौरी भाई.
Action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4. The weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, project for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon blueprint. And even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Available in beta.
Available in beta, so we can rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get to this one soon. Our streamers are going to get to this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps and modes. We've got our tools to play with, equipment, weapons, maps and modes, though. Let's get into this one. Let's get into the design team, the philosophy, I suppose, behind building out maps. I suppose, Jeff, this is for you.
Yeah, right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about that on the internet.
Yes. But, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest. And within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes, like Ground War, and a bunch of others really well.
आवाज आई ना मेरी?
Stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxing gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6
ये बफर कहीं को रहा रे
maps and really tried to this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity in those maps as well. A lot of visual variety, some colorful maps in there, and I think they feel really clean.
Guys, you're moving me in ways I didn't imagine to be moved today. Excellent stuff.
Download kar raha
hey, it's the first time here on air. We've got some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in
MW2.
Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has such a great mix of gameplay. It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these tight little alleyways and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic. Jeff, okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a little street market in a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right down that center lane. The Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're playing in the beta. It plays fast.
Cannot wait, really cannot wait. Looks fantastic, and again, interesting to see how that ties into campaigns and whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core maps, 6v6, all this looks fantastic. But let's go back to modes. So we've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. AI are coming in fast roping. They're coming in on medium birds. And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really conscious of where we put AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or anything like that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI, and it's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM, and we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that old playlist.
Yeah. Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Let's keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Prisoner Rescue. Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So Prisoner Rescue is an attack and defend mode. It's a round-based mode. The defenders have 2 prisoners. They're kind of spread out, and they need to keep hold of them. The goal of the attackers is to get to those prisoners, pick them up, and carry them to exfil. When you pick them up, you enter what's called a wounded carry. They're up on your shoulders, and you can't use your primary weapons. Instead, you have to use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with fists. But the way that we give the attackers an advantage, once they get a radar sweep for their team, so they can call out where the defenders are, and the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding, adrenaline-pushing mode once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
That hero run was
definitely, big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates. And I've seen some pretty wild comebacks in our playtest so far.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday. It was amazing. Incredibly fun, and I know the community love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up. I have the honor of officially announcing that third-person view is finally coming to Modern Warfare 2. What are the details behind this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage from Patro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer, too. It's been a pet project for us, right? We've always wanted to do third-person, and all this other stuff we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR. And we have camera work. The camera collision's been reworked. It handles tight spaces. There's a water camera. There's an interior camera. You can feel the weapon shake when you're firing with it. And it's just, we've put a lot of work into it, and we're excited for people to give it a try.
Incredible. I can't wait to see what third-person COD feels like in 2022. Sexy skins and everything. This is a lot of information, Steph. There's a ton here.
I tried to warn you. We're delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come at launch. So this is just a taste.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean,
we haven't even got to Warzone yet.
Not even, okay. Okay, so what about this year's third mode?
Warzone or
so
Apex?
I'm happy to say that
Fortnite,
Special Ops will return as our third mode and will be focused on 2-player missions, asymmetrical in game design. So think 1 player on air support, 1 player on the ground, and I think the OG fans will be really excited because we've looked at, you know, some of the iconic Modern Warfare missions like Overwatch and really tried to implement some of those themes into the design. So we'll be talking more about Special Ops in the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking now for a Special Ops partner?
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are indeed. Well, I'm all set then, Stephanie. I do believe we have one more surprise for PlayStation players out there. What's that?
Indeed we do. Let's roll the clip.
क्या टिंग दे खेल लेता मैं भी
हेलो साउंड आ रहा है चलो बढ़िया टीपी भी क्यों ऐड कर दिया है इन्होंने
वही टीपी ऐड नहीं करना
वो स्टोरी बोर्ड में लग रहा है मेरे को
एक बार खेला हूँ टोरी भाई मज़ा नहीं आया
अच्छा
टीपी भी नहीं फोर्टनाइट की बात कर रहा हूँ टोरी भाई आप आके फोर्टनाइट खेलो बोल रहे
ये क्या चालू हो गया है सबका स्ट्रीम पे सबका साउंड आ रहा है ना तेजास ब्रो मॉडर्न वॉर
डिले विले कुछ है क्या इंद्र भाई
नहीं नहीं कोई डिले नहीं है
And gun for hire descended from
आ
centuries
रहा है अच्छा सबका आ रहा है
and
बढ़िया
between
फ्लिप भाई का
and
सबका
family, just like me. This is such an awesome looking operator, guys. Only is going to be playable on day 1 for all.
Is awesome. I myself am a PlayStation player, and so I will be becoming Oni day 1 for this game. It's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory, his motives, and I think our team absolutely crushed it with this game.
इंद्र भाई तो फुल टू एक्साइटेड है बीच में स्नाइपिंग मॉन्टाज दिखाए थे वो लोग इंद्र भाई के अंदर आत्मा जाग गई
अरे मजा आता है वीआर खेलने में ना मजा आता है
मजा आएगा बहुत फुल मजा आएगा
the beta. So for anyone who wants to get an early first-hand look at Modern Warfare 2, and trust me, you definitely want to, it is immediately around the corner. For PlayStation players who pre-order
squad
early access to the beta starts tomorrow. So make sure you are preloading right now. Now also check out your screens since it is exactly when you can play the beta on your platform of choice. But don't forget,
24th से open beta for all platforms.
Of Modern Warfare 2, you
उससे पहले PlayStation PC के लिए
operator pack and the FJX Cinder weapon vault in the beta, in addition to being able to earn in-game rewards for playing all sorts of cool swag. And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that first look at Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. You're going to get to see it live and in action in a few short minutes with our crazy set of streamers here, 200 plus here, and ready to rock.
अगले महीने तक आ जाएगा I think Warzone.
We'll be right back to show off the world premiere of Warzone 2.0. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Mountain Dew, official drink of Modern Warfare 2. Little Caesars,
उसको मिलेगा ही भाई
partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 2.
Bobby Ops Next,
official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. Play like a pro on the big screen with 144 Hz VRR and AMD free.
भाई इंडिया में कोई पबजी के बाहर निकलता ही नहीं है
सही बात है कहाँ
से चले जाएंगे भाई क्या फालतू भाई
पबजी हमेशा के लिए बैन हो जाना अबे वापस अनबैन होने वाला है कहते हैं
one mission in mind to be the first players
आवाज आ रहा है क्या माइक
हाँ नहीं अब ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं है रीजनल रेस्क्यू इंडिया में जब तक PUBG है तब तक
I'm honestly
गेमिंग
here
वो
just to
नहीं
learn
होगा
as
सही
much as I
बात है
can to
तेरा
prep for old men of Optic because those guys are very old now.
So maybe some OG maps coming back.
A map that everyone can play.
Honestly, give me a broken shotgun.
What's your favorite game mode and Mountain Dew flavor combo?
Search and destroy Code Red.
Capture the flag, Code Red.
If I'm going hard with the boys
क्या
on a
बात है यार
long
मेरे
night
को लगता
at
है
S&D and I'm trying to get
Warzone
some
के साथ
nasty
मल्टीप्लेयर भी आ
game
जाएगा
comes,
मेरे को भी लग
इसी
रहा
लेवल
है आएगा मल्टीप्लेयर आएगा सर्च एंड डिस्ट्रॉय भी आएगा
थोड़े टाइम बाद में बंद करके ये पूरा नेक्स्ट जनरेशन का मल्टीप्लेयर लेके आ जाएंगे जैसे Warzone ला रहे हैं
तो योडी तो ऑलमोस्ट डेड हो ही गया
played that recently and I realized that spawn trap
सीढ़ी
is
में बना
horrendous. Easy.
नहीं यार बाहर के इसमें बस इंडिया में डेट होने वाला है
इंडिया में
Warzone आने के बाद हर जगह डेड हो जाएगा
Honestly, I like the basic one.
ये लोग सोच भी रहे लैंड वैन चलेगा पता नहीं
अरे ये लोग खुद ही बंद कर देंगे और मतलब नेक्स्ट जनरेशन का जो मल्टीप्लेयर है जैसे Warzone आ रहे वैसे मल्टीप्लेयर भी लेके आ जाएंगे
double XP, COD points, and also an exclusive Mountain Dew skin in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when you buy specifically marked Mountain
बॉर्डर खेलने वाला कोई नहीं है
Warzone को यही लोग बंद कर देंगे एक्टिविजन वाले ही बंद कर देंगे थोड़ा टाइम लगता है Warzone इतना Warzone मोबाइल बना सकते तो मल्टीप्लेयर बनाना तो
The Mountain Dew green carpet. God, it was beautiful. A lot of fun people out there. Everyone having a good time, and some incredibly well-dressed people out there, and some definitely not. Sweaty t-shirts about. Here we go. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, friends. We promised it was coming up, and now the wait is over. It is time to talk about Warzone 2.0. We got a glimpse of some Warzone 2.0 in the multiplayer reveal trailer earlier today, and it does look awesome. However, we need some true experts to help out. Back at the desk here, we have got Stephanie Stoden, Joe Seacott is joining us, but of course, welcome Jack O'Hara, game director at Infinity Ward. Joe, how are we feeling? We ready to party here? I mean, this is a lot. We need to know everything. Warzone 2.0. Stephanie, the world cannot wait.
Warzone 2.0.
It feels crazy for me to be up here revealing Warzone 2.0. I
Yes,
ended up
indeed,
at IW as a fan of the game, and so this moment is absolutely bananas for me. But Warzone 2.0 is everything that we loved about the original Warzone, right? Where it's based on the same experience that we all had, that fun, all of those moments, and it's a return to shared tech across the universe for Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to create a really streamlined player experience. And I think the key innovations that we discussed for multiplayer, those all exist across Warzone 2.0 as well. So we're bringing it back. It's all connected. It's the same world, and I think the players are going to love it.
Oh my good God. Real excited about this one. Again, there's a lot in this one, Jack. Where do we go from here?
So MW2 and Warzone 2 have been developed side by side since the beginning, right? Since we started on the show, and they're part of the same. Like Stephanie said, they share the same mechanics, the same weaponry, and even more than that. But the centerpiece of all this, of course, is the new map that we've been working on since 2020 with teams across the globe. It brings together our philosophies on map design, it brings together new technologies in order to do it, and lots of artwork to make it happen. And we've learned so much from players experiencing Verdansk and playing in Verdansk over the first few years of Warzone, and we're really excited for them to land in Al Mazrah with their squad. There's a wide variety of points of interest for players to explore in this map, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in there.
Well, here we go, a brand new map to explore and traverse. I cannot wait. Stephanie, let's take a look.
That's right, Miles. Welcome to Al Mazrah. This is our new map for Warzone 2.0.
ये दिखा दिए तुम बोले तो मैप दिखा दिए.
Interesting mix of geography. It is expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, towns, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on the screen.
ये observatory वह रहेगा और observatory Rohan Oil.
But you're gonna find
Al Mazrah City.
What a really cool elevation. Spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest VR map that we've ever made. And I'm so excited for all of our streamers here to jump into Al Mazrah later tonight.
It's huge. Look at the size of that thing. Okay, so that was a big picture, and it's a great way to see it from a sort of top-down layout. But let's take a better look at some.
When we set out to create these spaces, the teamwork feel like a real space, right? So that there's infrastructure in between all the different what we call points of interest along the map.
ये
And
वहीं
if
से
you're paying
खेलेगा
attention, you
शायद
might
वो
even see a few that seem pretty
आईफक भी घर में बैठा है, हम नहीं गया।
वो सारी
And
लोकेशंस
so
दिखा रहे
as the
हैं
team works through these, they're trying to find
रोहन ऑयल, रोहन ऑयल का बिजनेस चालू कर दिया।
something that the players will want to drop in and get the particular.
ये रहने वाला है, हॉट टॉप रहने वाला ऑब्जर्वेटरी।
ये
हॉट टॉप रहने वाला है।
सारी चीजें ऐड करी ना, डेजर्ट भी, बिल्डिंग्स भी,
कई को चल रहा है पबजी, ये पूरा नेक्स्ट जनरेशन की गेम आ रही है, वो पबजी कई को खेल रहे लोग।
And whether they want to explore that or whether they want to work in some of our POIs where we have
पूरा वो ओल्ड जनरेशन स्लो मोड कौन खेल रहा हो, ये फास्ट पेस खेलो ना रे।
अगर पबजी वापस नहीं आएगी ना 2 साल बाद, 1 साल में ही पूरा बदल जाएगा ये, पूरा कम्युनिटी बदल जाएगा।
और क्या है, बड़े कंटेंट क्रिएटर अगर सारे ये गेम पे स्विच हो जाए तो अभी 6 महीने में चेंज हो जाएगा सब कुछ।
I mean, I love to swim, so you find me there. I'm curious what you guys think, Jack and Joe, on what the hot drop will be today, right? We've been talking about this the last couple of days. This is our first time seeing other people who are not us play Warzone 2.0, and so I'm just very curious where you think everyone's gonna immediately drop today.
I think so. They're gonna drop.
Apex वाले साला कुछ प्रमोट किया ही नहीं।
You know, go back to fun.
They're coming
Warzone
home.
वैसे भी रिकॉइल इतना है नहीं शायद ना,
You kind of hit a spot and you're like, wait,
PC में
I've been here before.
this is have all these flashbacks.
रिकॉइल वगैरह इतना
Hey,
ज्यादा
there's a
नहीं है
lot of
शायद
nuggets
PC
in
में।
there for some old
For
Modern
that
Warfare
reason,
fans.
yeah, I'll say Corey. I think that's gonna pop off.
I think people will land around the edge so they stay in as long as possible in this match.
फायर करता वो वाला
We have some news for our edge of the map players coming up.
जो मोबाइल
Guys, well, the map looks
पे देखा था ना,
absolutely gorgeous,
उसमें तो
and I
रिकॉइल
can't wait
काफी
to
लग रहा
watch
था।
it dropping in an alpha build later on today. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay. We've got this
Yes,
beautiful
yeah,
space to play.
Gameplay.
How do all of these multiplayer elements we've talked about a little bit earlier, how do they fit into Warzone 2.0?
I mean, the super simple answer is all the stuff we talked about in multiplayer, the stuff you saw in the multiplayer trailer, that's all in Warzone, right? It's all integrated. So that tactical camera works in Warzone, that decoy line works in
टेक्टिकल
Warzone.
कैमरा भी रहेगा यार,
It's all that's been built
बैठ
from the
जाएंगे
ground up.
बंदे चुपचाप।
कैंपस के लोग
ये भी होने वाला है,
ये
गुलाब कुछ करके एक मैप
गुलाब, हाँ।
मार गए तो गुलाब पे
हाँ वो तो रहेगा, वो तो रहेगा।
रहेगा वो तो।
This is a great
ये
taste of some of the water combat.
स्विमिंग वाला मैकेनिज्म नहीं था पहले,
I
ये
can't wait to
किया
go
ना।
full Captain Mill, you know, Apocalypse Now coming out of the water.
बहुत
and
कुछ
knifing
आ
वो
people
प्रिजन
with
रहता है ना,
pistols.
गुलाब मजा आ जाता है
Rendering
भाई।
teammates work so you come out
ये
and
रहता
looking all
है,
wet.
जो भी जीतेगा अंदर जाएगा
Caustics on the
वापस।
bottom.
ये फाइट भी काफी होने वाली
I'm
है।
not even sure what cost.
वो भाई
अलग ही लेवल का है यार।
देख रिकॉइल देख, वो टीआरएच है भाई, दिमाग खराब।
बफर हो रही मेरा।
का एक पर्सपेक्टिव भी चेंज
It
हो
looks
रहा है।
incredible.
रिकॉइल का नेक्स्ट के मीम याद
Vehicles
आ
a little bit
रहा
earlier. What can we talk about? You know, we've seen boats, we've seen tanks, we've seen all sorts. Jack, what have we got?
So we've implemented a new physics and handling model for the vehicles. So some vehicles are heavier, some will slide more, have more traction or less traction. And as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads are playing with them, you can choose to shoot off the tires to kind of impact their handling. You can have them.
ये सब क्या डाल दिया भाई?
बफर हो रहा बे मेरा वाला वीडियो।
देखो ये पानी में डाल दिया था, माइन डाल दिया था पानी में।
With your squad to be rolling into a POI and somebody jumps out on the roof, somebody leans out the window and so handling, you can have them.
ये सब क्या डाल दिया भाई?
बफर हो रहा बे मेरा वाला वीडियो।
देखो ये पानी में
We'll run out of gas.
गैस वाला
or at least
ऑप्शन
most
ऐड
of
कर
them
दिया
will.
अभी इसमें,
We'll run
पहले
out of
नहीं था ना।
gas to fill them up. If your tire's been blown up, you can
कौन
get
सा?
out and repair it, or you can
गैस
bring
वाला
it to a
ऑप्शन
gas station to get repaired as well.
डीजल
And
वगैरह
of
कुछ
course,
खत्म नहीं
we've
होता था
got,
पहले
you know,
गाड़ियों
water
में।
vehicles, we've got small boat, we've got
वो
both that
ऑप्शन
Joe
ऐड कर दिया
mentioned.
ना।
हाँ इसलिए रोहन ऑयल को भी ऐड किया ये लोग।
So you can have that little moment cruising up the river with your whole squad ready to rumble. So yeah, there is so much love that's gone into these vehicles.
Forgot the coolest vehicle.
The coolest vehicle?
The massive helicopter that you can fly around. And it's a moving
chopper.
platform with 3 doors. And people play. You can move a whole squad through the map.
What?
पीछे सेटअप देखो, पीछे सेटअप देखो,
यही देखने वाले हैं।
Lean out of the window.
पीछे कंटेंट क्रिएटर से सेटअप देखो, सबका सेटअप करके रखे हुए हैं।
दोस्तों अपेक्स खेलते हैं यार, आज Warzone देखते हैं, फ्यूचर का गेम होने वाला है शानदार।
ऐसा कोई गेम ही नहीं बना भाई जो अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज किए है जो भी है।
सही बात सही बात।
That does complicate things.
PTSD
वो भी
from,
मोबाइल गेम
Joe
के लिए
killing me
नाइस।
many times
और
in our
अभी ये
playtest.
सब के सब खेलने वाले हैं
I hope
200
the
players।
gas prices in
एक ही lobby में
okay. I
उतरेंगे
feel like there's a
Warzone
lot
2
going on in Warzone 2.0, and
बढ़िया।
my head is quite frankly
मजा आ
spinning.
जाएगी।
What other massive changes have we got in store? Because it feels like there's so much that's changed. Is it still a gulag? Do we still have circles? Is it still gas? I know there are guns, but do we shoot them? What's happening?
नहीं गन्स के साथ अपन मारम पेटी खेलेंगे.
We've made some pretty sweeping changes, I think, to the high-level components of Warzone 2.0 to continue providing players with both a dynamic and rewarding VR experience. But Warzone 2.0, you're going to hear it over and over again today. It's about fun. This is about playing with your friends, having fun, you know, friends new and old. Maybe you're making them in game. And I think one particular feature that I cannot wait to see streamers engage with will be our prox chat.
Yes!
So it's coming. It will be in Warzone, and there's going to be some amazing clips. But
एनिमीज को मारने वाले की बात सुन सकते हैं हम थोड़ी देर के लिए.
उसमें तो मजा आती है सबसे.
I'm listening to that.
The streamers love prox chat.
They're like, yes!
You know, in looting in Warzone 2.0, we still have the humming crates. You know, you can still travel around and listen for those. We still have the loose.
इसमें currency होना है वाला क्या?
I think so.
And logic to our looter, right? So if you're outside, you're a little kid, you fall down, you hurt your knee, and your mom's going to go inside, go to the medicine cabinet and get you something to a Band-Aid, Neosporin, whatever. So that's our looting. If you need health items, you can hit a bathroom in a building and there'll be a medicine cabinet. You can open it up. If you want to get loadout items, there are these hidden caches throughout in between the POIs that are in ground, and you can memorize where they are because they're always there. So you can kind of start to develop these paths through the map of how you loot. And there's this logic applied to looting. You know, you can find toolboxes that'll have grenades and things in them. And you find these other crates that are kind of like, it's as if the military that occupied the space came through and dropped off military items. Those crates are always there, so you can always have this reliable layer.
Incredible. This sounds really exciting. We go on a road trip through Al-Mazrah, quite literally, like have a route plan, pick up snacks, pick up ammo and all sorts. Okay, cool. So what about circle mechanics? I mean, this is obviously a huge component of BR's, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the circle's been a staple of BRs. It's been really hard to move away from it, so we kind of talked about what could we do to mix things up with the circle. So we've got this new mechanic where the circle can actually split, almost like a cell splits into 2, 3, or even 4 circles.
Circle split हो जाएगा कहते
हैं.
Circle split हो जाएगा कहते हैं.
What it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles in those circles. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, we've cleared out our circle. We think we're good. And then those circles merge, come back together, and you know you have this very distinct fight.
पहली बार कर रहे हैं.
Gearing up and building,
ये तो पहली बार कर रहे हैं.
kick off, and as soon as those circles hit, you have that final fight. So it's another kind of like twist in the gameplay that we feel like is a cool world event that would happen.
पूरा मैप भागना ही पड़ेगा रे.
वो लोग बोर हो रहे हैं पीछे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स बोर हो रहे हैं. वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कब खिलाएंगे वे लोग हमको.
Alright, so apart from circle split, what about the Gulag? Is that still around? I mean, there's so much change, man. I mean, I'm ready for it, but Joe, what do we got?
आपको लिंक भेज रहा हूं, अगर आप आना चाह रहे हो तो आ सकते हो, है ना?
तेरस भाई मेरी स्ट्रीम पे आया क्या कर रहे हो?
The current version of the Gulag that we have running right now, we're excited people to play, is you're not in there alone. You actually have this temporary alliance with another opponent in the map. And you have to work together. You defeat the other team.
Call of Duty का official ये देख रहा है ना?
You guys are enemies again.
एक और है इसीलिए.
But for that moment, it's like, all right, we need each other. Let's do this. You use the proximity chat to talk to each other. And the other thing we've been playing around with is you may see a little bit of an AI presence in the Gulag. So you have to be on your toes. Like you're working with an enemy. There might be an AI here. You're picking up weapons. And we're excited for people to try it.
Yeah, we're going to get feedback today too. And like Joe said, we've been
मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था. जिसकी स्ट्रीम देखना देखो, बस मजाक कर रहा था मैं.
There's a lot in store.
There certainly is a lot in store. Jack, I have heard a new concept coming to Warzone 2.0 strongholds. That will include AI that may impact how players get their weapons, etc. Can you clue me into what that's all about? And if it's
absolutely. So strongholds are reinforced buildings that the AIs occupy in BR. And the players can choose whether or not they want to engage with them and assault them to get rewards, including free
ये गेम स्ट्रीम करने में मजा आएंगे.
the new ways that we have for players to get their hands on that.
फ्रेंडली फायर ऑन रखना सबसे पहले हम फ्लिक्स को मारते हैं.
We've worked really hard to bring AI into at scale.
उसके बाद वर्जिन को मारते हैं.
You're going to encounter them in multiple modes in different way. In BR specifically, they're in these strongholds, and if you get to a stronghold, you can find the location of a black site, which is going to have even more stuff, and you can fight your way from one to the next. But in other modes, you're going to find the AI occupying
of course मोबाइल में वो लोग ग्राफिक्स कम कर देंगे. वो पीसी का दिखाया आई थिंक
काफी कम रहेगा. पर फिर भी जो एपेक्स स्टार्टिंग में अल्फा वर्जन में कितना बेकार लगता था एपेक्स.
नहीं अच्छा रहेगा. बस ये रहना कि स्मूथ चलना हर डिवाइस में.
स्मूथ चलना चाहिए बस. थोड़े ग्राफिक्स भले ही कम रख दो. वैसे स्मूथ नॉर्मल खेलना है अपने को.
I have read about some new modes on the internet recently, but one of the most exciting things about Warzone 2.0 is confirmation that an all-new sandbox experience
Next launch date दिखाने वाले इसके बाद.
at launch. I am happy to announce
क्या दिखाने वाले?
Launch date.
Call of Duty's extraction mode will arrive with Warzone 2.0 at launch.
Next topic launch date है.
I played DMZ for the very first time on my first day at IW, and to this day, playing it non-stop, the possibilities with this game mode blow my mind.
So DMZ.
वो लोग बोले वहाँ हमको 10 घंटे पहले बुला के यहाँ बिठा दिया तो कनेक्ट दिलाए. खाना खाने कुछ नहीं दिया अपन को.
We do have to keep some stuff in reserve. What I can tell you though is we've created a rich sandbox where you can define your own win condition. You infiltrate Al-Mazrah, you accomplish your goals, and then you decide to extract when the time is right. It is played across the whole
फोड़ने वाले अपन सब फोड़ेंगे Call of Duty में.
Single pick में खेलते थे भाई. And they are lethal opponents, and they do command your respect. You have to
Warzone में फोड़ने वाले हम सब फोड़ने वाले हैं.
They patrol areas, they occupy strongholds, and they'll reinforce based on players' actions. And then on top of all this, you can choose which mission you want to accomplish, or you can chase after a variety of activities in the world. And you can play this differently depending on your playstyle. You can go loud, like I always do.
ऐसा प्रमोशन एपेक्स को करना था अभी कोई और रहता था फिर एपेक्स.
Or you could just decide, hey, I'm going to explore the secrets of
कुछ नहीं किया एपेक्स खाली आया.
It's totally up to player choice there. And, I'm really excited about the full scale of what we're delivering for this chapter, and we want players to have an amazing experience in Warzone 2.0. We've been listening to the conversations in the community, small maps, Ricochet, anti-cheat, ranked play, and beyond. And trust me, although we're touching on some of the core updates to the overall
watch party चल रहा है.
एक सेकंड रुकना तो यार भाई.
ये स्ट्रीम देख रहे सोच रहे खेलने के लिए. कब आएगा लॉन्च डेट?
नेक्स्ट टॉपिक लॉन्च डेट ही है.
हाँ.
बाबू खुश मत हो, iOS के लिए भी नहीं आया. खुश मत हो.
Warzone 2.0 will be free to play for everyone on November 16th. With the start of Season 1 across Modern Warfare 2. Mark your calendars, that's about 2 weeks after Modern Warfare 2 launches. And we had 125 million players in the original Warzone, and I cannot wait to see all of you and hopefully more of you for this experience.
And you will have a chance to see a Warzone 2 Battle Royale Alpha playtest happening right here behind us very, very soon.
Yeah, the streamers are hot to trot. They're raring to go. We will see all of you in Al-Mazrah on November 16th. But don't go anywhere just yet. Stick around because you'll see just what Warzone looks like when it's built up from the ground for mobile. You're not going to want to miss this, I promise. Then after that, we have live gameplay coming at us with all of our friends set up across each and every Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. We've got Warzone 2.0, Battle Royale, we got Warzone Mobile. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far.
इसके बाद गेमप्ले दिखाएंगे मल्टीप्लेयर का Warzone Mobile.
GMC Hummer EV pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck.
Electric super truck
built for the next generation of gaming.
बात कर लो.
Spot up sooner with Xfinity rewards. Get early access to Modern Warfare 2's open beta. Jack Links, squad up with Sasquatch. Jack Links is good with it. Eureka Ergonomic, leading designer in gaming furniture and proud partner of Modern Warfare 2.
अरे ऊपर उनका जो एड भी दिखाया ना ट्विटर, अच्छा वही दिखाया तो ट्रेलर जो पहले दिखाया था.
एपेक्स वाले तो चूज जैसा मार्केटिंग किया है, कुछ नहीं हुआ था.
वही तो
खाली गेम डाल दिया, उसके बाद भूल गए. खाली 50 स्क्रीन पर रहे हैं.
अच्छा ये कैरेक्टर मिलने वाले हैं ना.
हाँ.
कैप्टन प्राइस है क्या? ये ऐसा अलग ही दिख रहा है देखो.
हाँ, गोस्ट, कैप्टन प्राइस और दूसरा कौन है?
ये पता नहीं, मेरे को आइडिया नहीं इसका. अरे क्या ट्रेलर बनाया है.
कैप्टन प्राइस पूरा यंग दिख रहा है भाई.
हाँ यंग दिख रहा है भाई. More players.
ये एपिक्स वालों के पास सीजन 3 लास्ट चांस है. अगर वहाँ भाई अगर ये
ब्लैकआउट वाला डैम दिख रहा है
भाई साहब.
देखो एंदरी भाई देख रहे हैं. एंदरी भाई एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं. एंदरी भाई
मजा आ जाएगी.
मैं खाना खाते खाते देख रहा हूँ. भूख लग गई मेरे को.
ऐसे ही पीछे पड़ जाएंगे चोपर लेके बंदे क्या
भाई साहब हवा में उड़ा रहे भाई बंदे इसको देख कैप्टन भाई
ऐसे जंप स्लाइड कर करके मारेंगे
अरे एपेक्स का बंदा है मैं अब भी बोल रहा हूँ
बुलेट
ये अनचार्टेड का है
भाई
और मोबाइल का और गजब यार ये ट्रेलर मोबाइल का था क्या
What a jam-packed day we've had here so far. We have Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2 already
इसको जानता हूँ मैं ये हर बार कास्ट करती है ना कॉडम वाला जो टूर नहीं चलता है ना वर्ल्ड लीग का
we got Warzone Mobile 2 here for you.
Crash है
It's
please
me,
crash
Big Mommy, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with none other than Chris Plummer. And Chris, what did you have?
That's right. Today we are proud to introduce Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. This is the real thing, and it's on your phone. For the first time ever, you can drop into Call of Duty Warzone from wherever life takes you.
दिखाएंगे
Let me quickly point out the gameplay you're seeing today is still alpha, so it's only going to get better. For Warzone fans, you will recognize this drop sequence right away.
I mean, honestly, it just gives me so much
यहाँ पे भी धमाकेदार फाइट होने वाली है
Is that the legendary
भाई साहब क्या है
Warzone gameplay was born, and we're bringing the legendary Verdansk map to mobile for the very first time.
आवाज आई ना मेरी
ग्राफिक्स मोबाइल के हिसाब से ग्राफिक्स कितने तगड़े हैं फिर
तगड़ा है भाई बहुत तगड़ा है
मजे आ जाएंगे चैट
मॉडिफाई सेम मैप नहीं
in intimate close quarters combat environments there's so much variety in Verdansk. It's famous for good reason.
Boneyard.
Teaming with fan favorite locations like Boneyard.
यहाँ पे सबके हड्डियाँ खा जाएंगे हम यहाँ पे अपन गन्स खरीदेंगे
रिकॉइल है भाई
Well, I'm getting classic Call of Duty Warzone flashbacks here. Can you tell us more about the gameplay? Or, you know what, maybe just give me your phone real quick. Maybe I can see for myself. No?
You know, the team has a passion for delivering the most authentic Call of Duty experience possible for mobile devices. From the way you aim and move to the weapon handling and the control responsiveness, all these critical little details combined to make Call of Duty Warzone mobile feel best in class. We've made sure that the physics, the feedback, the sights and sounds, all those essential little touches are smooth and accurate. It's about creating an experience that's so true to form.
रनिंग एनिमेशन भी अच्छा है
जब ऐसा दीवार देखने को वॉल जंप करने का मन कर रहा
स्नाइपर देखो स्नाइपर
वॉल जंप करेगा स्नाइपर का भी अच्छा है इसको
In Warzone Mobile, these are the kind of
Mastiff
details
है
you care about
Mastiff
that make the combat feel airtight and authentic.
That makes me really emotional, Chris. And you know, it sounds like everyone's paying attention to detail, and it's finally paying off. Now, when I think of Call of Duty Warzone, I think about strategy.
Absolutely. There's a lot more going on than pure gunplay. For example, when you're out there exploring a map and evading the gas circle collapse, you can try to sneak up on another player and pull off the finishing move. It's like ultimate bragging rights. And if you're feeling more strategic, you and your squad, they can complete contracts, use that cash, and buy stations. There's a ton of variety in there, including lots of different abilities like bringing back a fallen squad. Now, that contract economy, it adds a ton of depth and strategy through risk and reward.
I really like that you brought that up because if you're talking about risk and reward, I think about the kill streak. I think about the squad. Are they going to be there too?
Yes. Everything you come to expect from Warzone, it's going to be there, especially kill streaks. This means you can deploy your big stick of choice like, you know, a precision airstrike. You might be able to wipe out an entire squad with it. So, not so fortunate for them, but they're not necessarily down for the count either because we have Gulag. So here players can fight for a second chance. So when you go down, you get to fight one-on-one with another down player, and you can earn your way back into battle. This is how Warzone Mobile plays out on a truly massive scale, unlike anything we've ever done on mobile before. For this reason, we're pushing way past the envelope on high player counts to make sure each match is jam-packed with our signature style of combat. So we are supporting up to 120 live players in the single match.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say 120 players? Or do you mean bots? Because it seems like in Battle Royale games on mobile, they're usually loaded up with boring bots.
Well, we believe it's critically important in
watching it again.
to play with real
अरे भाई साहब
पूरा different है पूरा
So for anyone who's tired of playing
देख के ही बनाए ये
with
लोग
we here
सब गेम को तोड़ दे रहा है
we're
इससे
बस ये पता friendly fire on है
120 real players ready to hunt you down with real human skill and real human emotions. That is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
And we hear you in the crowd. Everyone's excited, and absolutely it is huge. And I don't think there's a game on mobile that can top that in terms of real player.
Starting FPP game दिखा दो भाई PPP नहीं चाहिए
PPP नहीं दिखाएंगे FPP start
We can support real player counts at dramatically higher scale than we've ever seen in other battle royale games on mobile, because Warzone Mobile is running on advanced, unified Call of Duty technology. This is the same shared tech behind the console and PC versions of Warzone 2.0. It gives us a ton of advantages, like these incredibly high player counts, authentic Call of Duty combat and gameplay systems, and it
पता चला
opens the
मैच
door
में
to a
क्यों
much
एक घंटा
more
लग गया
connected experience across all platforms.
नहीं लगेगा प्लेयर बेस काम नहीं
मजाक कर रहा हूँ
मॉडर्न वाला बहुत देर लेता है
We'll share content and features that will be in the console and PC version of Warzone 2.0.
Exactly.
खेलने वाले भाई
Delivering a
सब
deeply connected
पक्का
experience, it's been a
बस PUBG
strategic
वाले नहीं
pillar
खेलेंगे
from the beginning of development.
मेरे को लगता
Now,
है वो भी आ
we
जाएंगे
know
देखना
that your time is precious, and your investment in
Battle
playing
हाँ कुछ कह
is
नहीं
now
सकते भाई
recognized across Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0,
नहीं यार ये सब
and
स्किल
Warzone
बेस्ड गेम है
Mobile. So wherever you're playing Call of
उसमें
Duty,
एक ही बैग
it
में
is
तीन
time
तीन
well
बंदे चाचा
spent,
ले लेंगे
including on
इसमें
mobile.
कहाँ
Even your friends list and chat are shared across platforms, so you can stay in touch with your friends, whether they're playing on console or PC or mobile, wherever they choose to play.
I mean, that is so exciting. I totally get that.
Now, one of the coolest benefits of having this kind of connectivity is that
friends
Call of
का
Duty
बोला
Warzone
शायद
Mobile
PUBG
is
वाले
loaded
offend
up
हो
with the
जाएंगे, ये
same
बात सुन के।
authentic Call of Duty weapons
इनको देखो
and
दो को पीछे।
operators you recognize from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. And whenever you get from the Battle Pass, you will see it on
Time pass
console
कर
and
रहे हैं
PC.
भाई
It'll
क्या
also
करें
be there on your mobile
खेलने
device
नहीं
too.
दे
रियल
And
प्लेयर्स
the
होंगे
other way
रियल
around works
प्लेयर्स
as well.
अब देखो
I really love to hear that. And as a matter of fact, I saw some of the same weapons and operators being shown earlier today
ये जो
in
अभी
Call of
gameplay
Duty
दिखा रहे हैं ना, ये
Warzone
graphics तो OP है,
2.0.
अभी के
Are
हिसाब
you
से।
Ops भी
aiming to
ops
make
भी
it
मिलेंगे ना
exactly the same on all platforms?
मतलब क्या क्या
You know,
रहेगा
that's a great question.
ये
See, the
graphics
team's
है।
incredibly excited about how deeply connected and authentic the experience is.
Hello,
in
mic
Call of
testing,
Duty
1 2 3
Warzone Mobile.
यार एक घर
And
के
we'll
अंदर
continue to adapt the best
हाँ, यार,
content
ये
and
सही।
features and
Nice.
innovations created across the
अरे
franchise.
ये यार ये
But at the same
सीन सही लगा
time,
था
we recognize that mobile is a very unique platform. Mobile has its own flavor, advantages, and player expectations.
नाइफ क्या
Sounds like the game will be tied into the Call of Duty franchise
Yellow
pretty
में
nicely. And will there be mobile-specific events or content that is unique to Warzone Mobile?
Yes, above all else, the team is committed to ensuring
Please wait,
Warzone
Mike,
Mobile
alright.
is a world-class,
हो रहा है क्या?
mobile-first experience right down to its core. Controls are a
अच्छा,
huge part of it.
नहीं,
It
ठीक है,
just
ठीक
needs
है।
to feel natural on the device, intuitive, and native to the platform.
ग्लोबल ऑन सब पे सेम होगा
A
आई
lot of it
थिंक
comes down
सिग्मा
to
में भाई
tuning. And this is why
अर्ली
we're
एक्सेस का नहीं
supporting
मालूम
synchronous
ग्लोबल ऑन सब पे
cross-play
सेम रहेगा
iOS and Android platforms exclusively on mobile, and we're avoiding the imbalance that comes with cross-playing between mobile devices and consoles or mobile to PC. This allows our teams to deliver the best possible mobile gameplay experience with a unified feel. And by doing this, we don't need to compromise the tuning for any platform. This ensures a level playing field and more fun for everyone.
फीलिंग है कि गेम स्मूथ
Now,
रहने वाला है
keeping this
मोस्ट
controls
डिवाइसेस
balanced for
में
all player types, it's super important. So whether you're the
ये
hardest
बहुत active है,
hardcore mobile
सुनेंगे
pros, or maybe you're a console first player that's sneaking in an
न्यू
extra
न्यू
match
इंजन
during
पे
your lunch
काम
break.
कर
अबे ये इवेंट देख के दिखा लो कितना एक्टिव है
The
बहुत एक्टिव है
franchise
लोग
need a little
अपनी
help getting
सुनेंगे
into
ये लोग
the
अपने
game.
ऑडियंस की बात
We are
सुनेंगे
committed to providing the most robust
कोडिंग वाले
control
डेवलपर्स
options anywhere
फटाफट करते
for
हैं
a pick
easy
up and
होता
play
है तो
experience that's accessible to all of our players.
I love that accessibility, and that means all my friends can get in on the action for a change. But how do they sign up?
Well, it's time to get your
मैं
mobile
बाय
devices ready,
प्रीवियस
because
करे
I'm
तो
super excited to announce that starting right now, you can pre-register for your free download in the Google Play Store. Signing up means that you can be among the first to play when the game launches next year. We look forward to seeing everyone in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
With that being said, hey, we got Ferg on the horn, and I think he's literally the first one to pre-reg. Ferg?
Hey guys, Ferg here, and I am thrilled to be one of the first to pre-register for Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And now you can too. Scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to be among the first to drop. Tell your friends. because the more pre-registrations we drive, the more rewards we can earn, like special weapons, vinyls, and emblems. Plus, if we reach the top milestone of 25 million pre-registers, we're going to unlock a super cool secret reward you're not going to want to miss. What are you waiting for? Sign up using the QR code below.
COD PC में भी इतने सालों से ही कम्युनिटी बहुत बड़ा है COD का। हाँ सही है लॉन्च डेट वगैरह कुछ नहीं बताया ना इन्होंने अभी।
We are back. It's Miles here, joined by Maven, Alicat, and Nameless Studio. What? Oh, guys, the adults have left us alone on the desk, and now it's our time to have some fun. I don't know about you guys, but okay, it's been a pretty lit day so far.
Yeah.
Where do we even start? I mean, and dude, mobile, bro. It's a new era of Call of Duty.
Listen, Miles, I've been addicted to Call of Duty for over a decade. You're telling me I could be in the airport playing Warzone now, back in Verdansk? That's lit. Also, Al Mazrah looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's insane. There's no shortage of crazy stuff coming my way. Ali,
yeah.
I mean, lay it on me. Multiplayer for Warzone, for Modern Warfare 2, insane.
It's incredible. We actually got to load up with some of the players yesterday in a little bit of a pre-test, and loading into Gunsmith 2.0 was actually so aesthetically pleasing, and I think everybody at home, once they also get their hands on it, they're going to love it just as much as we do here.
Truly. Maven, my good friend, you've played more Warzone than most people on the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, 8 hours a day for years, it feels like. It just seems fresh, man. The map, like everything about it, triple circles, the water, the boats. I mean, I was like kind of the proximity mine king for a while there. Vehicles trying to blow them up and set booby traps. And now you're telling me I could do them in not only land, but also the sea. I'm with
it. We really have seen a lot so far
खाना भी
today.
खा लिया
We've
मैं।
seen Warzone mobile course multiplayer there, and a bit of Warzone 2.0. Cannot wait. But guys,
आवाज आई ना मेरी?
let's now get into the command center. This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Command Center, presented by Xfinity Rewards.
सबका सेटअप देखो वही सा हमको भी दे दो यार।
They can start playing Modern Warfare 2 sooner with Xfinity Rewards. Visit
xfinity.com/rewards
to get your code for early access to the open beta.
हाँ पूरे मैक्स आउट पीसी होंगे आए हैं।
I mean,
next year, हाँ यार अमन को next year है। देखो अभी
so much, but first
बेटा आ सकता है ओपन बेटा।
बेटा और ये सब खेलते आ जाएगा, पता नहीं पड़ेगा। जैसे अभी registration का आ गया ना, वैसे अभी मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा, आ जाएगा गेम।
6v6 gameplay.
Like the fact that he actually made the trip out, I figured they had to have something special. The fact that you have a dedicated PC to the streaming side and to the gameplay side, and it's set up for this many
टाइम नहीं दो आराम से उनको अच्छा ऑप्टिमाइज करने दो।
आराम से आएगा।
We're actually also going to get the gameplay, guys. I mean, Ali teased it a little.
Yeah, just a little.
We played a tiny
could
bit.
have an accent too.
Open beta का ही बता देते कम से कम।
My bloody desk. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday.
Yes.
Pretty fun. But now we get to watch 200 streamers, some of the world's finest, quite literally from almost every part of the planet, coming together here in this crazy top secret location.
It's going to get loud. It's going to get incredibly
season
loud.
4, season 5, season 6.
Loud, and I believe like not even everybody had shown up yet. So now that we have a full building of all of these creators, all of these PCs, I'm expecting people to get up and start screaming Miles. It's going to be insane.
Clint, we heard Courage from like headphones on. He can be heard from space.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like Bobby Pop, if he's on a sub.
वो निंजा दिख रहा हो ना? निंजा ही है।
Or something, Lord knows what that.
बेटा लॉन्च में गेम होना चाहिए और कुछ करके स्मूथ गेम प्ले के साथ लॉन्च करेंगे। अरे
go through the various modes. I mean, this
and you've been around a long time in the Call of Duty world. In this venue right now, we've got streamers, players from all across North America, South America. We've got players all over Europe, Japan, Australia,
न्यू सीजन आता है उसके 10-15 दिन की हाइप रहती है, रैंक पुश हो जाता है तो उसके बाद मजा नहीं आता।
I mean, it's just incredible. It's a bunch of homies who love Call of Duty all in one room getting ready to grind. And I was talking to them earlier. I was walking around saying what up to everybody. They're going hard, right? Like I was talking to some of the Warzone guys.
excited है क्या तुम?
Zuma's ready to go. So
हम करेंगे stream करेंगे हम इस
new
game
weapons and the gunsmith, what they come up with, especially our new game modes like Prisoner. It's gonna be lit.
Listen, as much as they're here for the love of Call of Duty, they're also here because they want that banger clip. Like everybody wants, like you know, you're trying to go out and fry some of these big names, get a clip out on social, your YouTube, whatever it's going to be. So yeah, I'm sure people are going hard in the paint or falling to their deaths if they're Tim. I'm sure we're gonna have a couple of those.
Go a little bit of that later on. I think we're actually ready to hop into gameplay. Dr. Lupo, one of our first here, and he's already down and out, but we are playing, I believe this is Hardpoint and Mercado.
I didn't get to play this map yesterday, but one thing I just want to point out with this game is it's a lot more vibrant than some of the MW games that we've had in the past. There's so many colors. That's something that I always enjoy, especially with Call of Duty, is when it's more vibrant and you can see more on the map.
I think sometimes you go dev to dev, yeah, it's like you have like your more realism, like the rays and browns.
आएगा multi ये भी आएगा.
Like this map in particular, yeah. The second we saw like the fly through of this, it just looks.
अलग से देना चाहिए multiplayer और better BR भी अलग से देना चाहिए.
Not that I had any concerns about the visual side of it because they knock it out of the park every year, but.
मेरे ख्याल से ये सब नहीं आने वाला डोमिनेशन वगैरह बस एसएनडी और जो टीडीएम जैसा रहता है.
You can watch him stream this live. Every single member of the crazy.
Hi, Dedra Gaming.
Guns वगैरह.
Excited है Warzone के लिए.
On their own channels and unreal, man. Yeah, it's unreal.
हम तो भर के वेट कर रहे हैं बस.
Talk a little bit about the game.
मैं जब भी कोई दीवार देखता हूँ ना मैं सिर्फ वॉल जंप करके मारेंगे बंदे को.
Slide cancel. You gotta complete your slide. The dive mechanic is so much different.
Slide jump नहीं लेकिन wall jump नहीं रहेगा mostly.
We really did get into the mix. I'm going to tell this now.
1-2 बार आप jump कर सकते हो गन चलाते टाइम.
लेकिन fast pace दिख रहा है एकदम.
I played on his set.
fast pace रहेगा. ये जैसा मल्टीप्लेयर चल रहा है ना वो आपका BR भी ऐसे ही गेम
हो जाएगा. कॉर्डम तो बंद हो जाएगा ये आने के बाद. कॉर्डम नहीं खेलने वाला कोई ज़्यादा Warzone आने के बाद.
Like horrendous trash talk.
अभी कम हो गया रे बंदे.
Friends of mine, you know, but I'd be kind of weird.
रैंक में लगते ही नहीं लेजेंडरी रैंक का बंदे ही नहीं. वही सेम
No idea. I walked past
360 seconds wait करो.
I walked past him today and I was like, good morning, dude. How you doing? He's like, hey, man. Not a single word. Ali, not a word.
करेंगे ऐसी स्ट्रीम करेंगे हम सब मिलके
करेंगे.
करेंगे.
Game against you specifically. I was on, I believe, Nate touched Jimmy Khan. I don't believe that he's here today, but I was getting disrespectful with some people on the map, and I believe that you were in my last game, and the second I killed you, you
मेरे हिसाब से COD आपका Warzone मोबाइल का भी गेमप्ले दिखाना चाहिए यार खेलते हुए इनको. आईफा में खेलेगा लगता है.
I'm going to courage now. He's having a.
आवाज आई ना मेरी?
हाँ आ रही.
You know what?
करेज मरता ना.
उसका दिमाग खराब हो गया उसको देखो.
Listen, he is as much as he's like a fun.
करेज उतना अच्छा नहीं खेलता.
It's just like this great
यार डॉक्टर डिसरिस्पेक्ट को क्यों बुलाया?
डॉक्टर जिसे भी छोड़ो शाउट को बुला शाउट को.
Raging passion. No, it's not.
And I want to say,
बुलाया होंगे वो लोग डिफ्यूज कर जाएंगे.
Something else that I noticed that I don't feel like I felt in other Call of Duty games is how kind of realistic the movement with your gun is, if that makes sense.
अभी डेट तो नहीं बताया. बेटा नवंबर 16 को स्टार्ट होगा I think.
When you peek corners and stuff, the way your gun moves with you is very realistic, and I think that's going to be something a lot of these players are going to notice and have to get used to.
फिर iOS के लिए फिर ग्लोबल बीटा. ये मतलब हाइप डाउन नहीं होने देंगे. मतलब कोई भी गेम नहीं रखेंगे ज़्यादा. क्या होता है ना ज़्यादा गेम दे देते हैं पूरी हाइप डाउन हो जाती है.
लॉन्च शायद नेक्स्ट ईयर जनवरी में हो जाएगा आई थिंक.
जो कोडेम का बीटा अल्फा आया था ना वो भी लगातार आया एक मंथ की हुआ तो कई और रीजन में चालू था.
मैप को देखो मैप लिस्ट आउट है.
I was watching some of the guys play. I just wanted to kind of live react and enjoy it. There's so much new stuff. Like I'm just looking forward to seeing what's going to be on the table. But let's see if Jack can actually step up this time. It's not going to happen. Just get it destroyed. I'm sorry. Superior positioning, Jack. You
करेज नहीं खेलता उतना अच्छा नहीं खेलता करेज.
मजा आता है एसएनडी में यार. तो मजा आता है एसएनडी खेलने में. कोडेम में मजा आती है स्टार्टिंग से. अरे ट्रिकी भाई वेलकम स्ट्रीम. ये
sensitivity or something? What is it?
अरे गोलू भाई वेलकम स्ट्रीम.
निकल गया.
I think that's the hurricane. The hurricane.
What you think, by the way, just about the changes to Gunsmith and now having
Wallbang भी है ना?
not having
हाँ wallbang रहता है ना इसमें.
Wallbang क्या है?
On Twitter and stuff like that. I think it's
कुछ ऐसे places रहेंगे जहाँ दीवार के आर पार आप मार सकते हो. स्नाइपिंग वगैरह कर सकते हो. विंडो पे तो आर पार लग जाती है उसमें.
And it's just a better version of that. It's just a better version of that, right? Like the gun moves around with you as you're.
कई बार बंदे तुक्का मारते और लग जाता है शॉट. Warzone मोबाइल खेलोगे आप. वो Warzone मोबाइल तो बहुत खेलने वाले हम लोग बहुत एक्साइटेड हैं.
that's really
फोड़ने वाले सबकी फोड़ने वाले Warzone मोबाइल में
डिस्कॉर्ड पे नहीं पेरेलल ऐप पे
one of the all-time greats in the competitive Call of Duty.
One of the maybe the
if not the
मतलब COD
I don't know why
COD खेलते थे ना जब लीग से ऐसा मालूम पड़े कि Warzone मोबाइल बन रहा है आने वाला है नेक्स्ट तब से एक्साइटेड है हम लोग लीग से और आज देखो गेम पे देखने मिल गया और जब ब्लैकआउट नहीं पाया था ना ब्लैकआउट कोडे में तब मैं समझ गया था जब ब्लैकआउट डाल सकते हैं तो Warzone का जो नया मैप है वो भी डाल सकते थे और उन्होंने इसलिए नहीं डाला क्योंकि नया गेम ही बना रहे थे नहीं तो वो भी डाल देते
क्या इंद्र मोबाइल का नहीं हो रहा है क्या
अरे क्योंकि भाई अब इसके बाद आने वाला है
दिखाएंगे मोबाइल का पक्का दिखाएंगे वो
मुझे नहीं लगता
अभी मोबाइल का ट्रेलर देखा कि नहीं आपने
Like the new ledge, how you can jump and then you can hang off the side of the ledge. That's a new thing that you can add into this game. You can jump from rooftop to rooftop, and like you can jump further than you think. And I found that out very quickly. Like I would get to an edge of rooftop. And I'm like, you can make this jump. You can make the jump. You can make it across like the map. There's tall buildings. You can make it across the map without ever having to touch on the ground. And I think for snipers, that is going to be their absolute
I
play.
mean, we've seen a long clip of the Western cover.
Well, I heard peceYt too. Like I stepped up. I think it's when he was first walking in. He was walking with Irrational and some people, and he was like, "I'm going hard, bro."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "I'm going hard." I can just hear like the competitive.
गोलू बोलते मेरे चैट में भी आते हैं
this knockout game is not going very well for the Red
गोलू बोलते मेरी चैट में नहीं आते
मेरे चैट में लेकिन आते पूछ के चले कुछ तो पूछते हाय हेलो करके जाते
आज करे थे फ्रिक्सा में कोलैब करे आज
अरे Warzone मोबाइल इधर देखो
वाह ये कर
अरे क्या बात है कौन खेल रहा है यार ये 4 finger
Do you see the
Yeah, they're
तो रेडी हो गया ये
professionals.
Wait, do I?
हमें भी दे दो ना ये
Sorry, I've been playing some COD Mobile, Diablo Immortal. Like I've been grinding more mobile games. I have my iPad and I'm loving it. Do I need to get a little thumb?
I think you should. Yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little bit slippery. I need thumb sleeves. What are they called?
फिंगर स्लीप
Thumb sleeve. You're in the right place to.
कब तक आएगा मतलब ये लग रहा है मतलब कब तक आएगा ये
जायरो भी आने वाला है कोई दिक्कत
बस फटाफट आने वाला है
So they're playing some
Next year,
hardcore here, and you know, obviously, us
game
players more excited. We
join
love hardpoint.
अगर कोई join करना
We
चाह
talked
रहा
about this morning. When there's a hard point and there's some elevation above it, you can dive into it, turn around, land on your belly, and absolutely fry. So, you know, there are some movement mechanics from speed demons out there if you want to make some plays.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks about, you know, the way slide works now, and of course the dolphin dive.
कॉपीराइट नहीं लगेगा इससे देख रहे हो
नहीं इसमें तो नहीं लगने वाला है ये तो इवेंट का तो नहीं लगने वाला Warzone मोबाइल एमपी और बीआर होने वाला है दूसरे प्लेयर Warzone मोबाइल खेल रहे हैं देखो दिखाएंगे Warzone मोबाइल भी दिखा सकते हैं
Come on, Butters, show us the dive.
Showed us the slide. Now we're looking for the
Right out the window. Just dive out the window.
And all the windows are built to be
like
that's the way the game is.
That's what Joe was kind of saying, right? Like they've seen it so much in playtest.
मोबाइल वाले अपने वहीं बैठ के खेलेंगे घर में आई थिंक आई फॉर
So you think about the exciting moments you're going to have. Oh, here we go. Butters.
नहीं ये Warzone तो यहाँ आया हुआ होगा इवेंट पे
Sniper निकाल लिया and the sniper on the other side. And we have
the mechanic. Look.
There we go, testing things out, trying to find the sneakiest, fastest way across the map.
I couldn't. I was trying to see if I could break the slide.
No slide.
Well, that works out. Yeah, look at her face. She's just like going around testing out the movement. Someone just runs right in front of her. That works out. Give me a freebie.
साउंड ऑफ कर देना गोजली का चलो गोजली भाई का तो देख लेंगे इसमें अगर दिखाते हैं तो देखते हैं नहीं तो बाद में भी देखेंगे
हां ये देख रहा है
The overall vibe, I mean, most of the maps we've seen so far are small, very fast paced. Again, Jeff talking about
मोबाइल में
that,
देखते हैं
very
अपन
distinct feels, just like
स्क्रीन पे
the
तो यही
battle
चलने
map
देते
is
हैं
very large, way more intense
Weak
action.
भी है
Of course, there's like invasion stuff. 66 is a totally different flavor. I mean, that obviously
almost सभी tribe वाले बंदों को invite किए लोग
should most.
Oh, I mean, we love it, right? Like we're here to see people go hard, try to win, be competitive, and
okay.
Another thing we're seeing a lot of elevation in some of these maps too. Snipers are going to be in heaven.
Yeah, I think it's max 2 stories, I believe. I could be completely wrong there, but
Hit it. Hit it.
also look at that little stock.
Did you guys use the sniper yesterday?
Yeah, right?
No, I didn't.
I used it for a whole
Cutest
year.
stock I've ever seen.
I think we were in the same game too.
Yeah, I was
graphics बढ़िया
I can't wait for the sort of like anime skins and stuff like that. My cute little stocks.
भाई recoil है
We can put skins on individual attachments now when it comes to making some very,
This is
very
my
handsome,
favorite.
handsome little
Oh, Dylan's right. Speaking of handsome.
Also, something we haven't talked about yet is the way the perks work.
I love the perks
because it
system.
reminds me of back in the day, Specialist, when you as you get kills, you get more perks. As time goes on, you're going to have 2 base perks. You can pick whatever you want. As time goes on, you get another perk. As time goes on, you're going to get an ultimate perk as well. So it's actually, it's completely new. They've redone it, and it's going to be sweet.
Well, the reason I think I haven't really played it yet.
अरे Valorant का क्या सीन है? Valorant आएगा या नहीं आएगा?
और Warzone में बस टेम्परेरी सीट होगी। हाँ सही कहा। साउंड ऑफ
मैं उसके लिए बहुत वेट कर रहा हूँ।
अरे पता नहीं स्ट्राइक कर
भाई Valorant में पागल के
इंडियन ऑडियंस है ना Valorant का सब वेट कर रहे हैं।
अरे वो बहुत वेट कर रहे हैं सही।
भाई मैं बता मैं सोच मतलब क्यों नहीं आ रहा भाई उसका तो ये बेटा टेस्टिंग चल रहा था फिर भी नहीं आ रहा।
I don't know what I'm going to be.
एक गॉडली ने डाला था आई गेस उसका भी गेम प्ले
नहीं हाइपर
रिलीज हो गया ना उसका गेम प्ले वगैरह।
इस पर स्ट्रीम पे क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है? मोबाइल का भी थोड़ा बहुत गेम प्ले दिखाना चाहिए पर उसमें का इतना एक्शन देखने नहीं मिल रहा ना इस कारण से।
That's pretty dope. But you can also make your own, so you can create your own 2 perks, your next one, and your ultimate. So you can, you know, figure out what you want, and it's just nice having like a rewarding game, especially when you're finding. You unlock one after, you know, a period of time, you get kills, you get points, the game progresses slowly, so no matter how you're playing, you're going to get your perks eventually. But obviously, it's just really interesting again, and the perks are almost way more detail. But the idea that, like, yeah, the first 2 perks, they're fine, they sort of help out the gameplay. That mid-tier perk, way more sort of impactful, and that final perk, like, that's not going to turn
मोबाइल में तो रहेगा
PC
में नहीं रहेगा मोस्टली मोबाइल और कंसोल में रहेगा।
Sympathy was just on screen, so.
इंद्रे भाई सेटअप देख रहे हैं Warzone से ज़्यादा।
What? There it is.
मौका मिला तो सब कुछ
बनाएंगे। It's impressive stuff.
That's what you're watching? In your free time, Quinn?
Yes, it might be. It might be.
Okay.
I'm watching
It's Brooke's TikTok, you know, she's very creative.
This is a Search and Destroy, Call of Duty Classic here on Farm 18.
बफर मत हो यार।
Lane maps. This is one of those maps that felt like a very good hybrid 3-lane map that does really well when it comes to a game mode like Search and Destroy. Like you have a traditional outer lanes and they have their hidden corners and they have their ways, and then that middle is just pure chaos. It's kind of like a little bit of like it reminds me of like a paintball range with all the walls and the corners that there are. So this is probably one of my favorite maps that we are playing right now.
Apex, Warzone सब PC में खेलना मोबाइल में तो मजा नहीं आती।
So much fun on it. I mean 4 and 5, everybody's doing pretty okay.
It's a close game.
आवाज आई ना मेरी? हेलो आवाज आ रही?
He's fully loaded. Look at the bottom.
हाँ आ रहा है।
Come on, Mason, show me something special.
He is flying.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no!
That's the Fennec. I was loving that one yesterday. That's an OG weapon.
That turns people into super close range, but Ponyhoff just gave him the hurtness.
Smoked him.
अच्छा ये इन्होंने भी बंद कर दिया क्या खेलना?
It's such a different level.
स्ट्रीम पे साउंड आ रहा है क्या? नहीं आ रहा है ना? बिना साउंड से देखते हैं।
जोक्स्टा खेल रहा है ब्रो देखो। जोक्स्टा खेल रहा है।
जोक्स्टा भी खेल रहा है, नोआ भी खेल रहा है ना?
मतलब मोबाइल वाला खेल रहा है वो जोक्स्टा।
I mean, Salt Bay right on top, just hammering away. Sweet seasoning, top to bottom, and it was a close game, and now it's done.
He looked very sneaky, and then he was just.
I gotta say, the buddy hop is back and forth.
Oh man, the buddy hop is.
We know Sam Maru.
अच्छा वो तो मेरे मोबाइल से आ रहा हूँ, अब नहीं आ रहा हूँ, अब कोई भी साउंड नहीं आ रहा होगा है ना?
We got Myth on the screen.
बिना साउंड के देखते हैं। मालूम पड़ा
looking at these weapons, you know it's an M4, but the configuration he has.
I was using the bigger sight, the double. I forget the name of it.
ये क्वालिटी चेंज नहीं कर पा रहे क्या हम?
And of course, kill streaks, a lot of fan favorites, Clint. I mean, everything you would expect from a Modern Warfare game is there.
We get to see one. That'll connect. Myth able to hit it. He's vibing right now. But it's crazy. Like, yeah, bottom right, you were kind of mentioning like how different the guns will look. The same type of gun is based on the attachments that it has.
क्वालिटी तो ठीक है यार, काफी बढ़िया लग रही है।
Settings where you can maybe going to look more narrow, a bit wider, further away. I mean, there's options, you know, just create that sort of visual. Look, you want the game to be as appealing as possible for you. Maybe you don't want the gun to be so big to obscure the view.
There is option to tweak it how I want, right?
There's a lot of settings in this game.
I'm gonna get lost in that for the entire first day, probably.
Once campaign hits, I'll spend about 3.5 hours.
अरे क्या बात है?
अच्छा भाई अच्छा
बढ़िया।
Pop up at the top of the screen. My first might be popping off. Oh well, he just died there. So take it back.
स्कारल थी ना ये
Come on,
स्कारल।
swag
Swag style.
DRH हाँ
DRH
Yeah, this sub looks like.
अब तो नहीं आ रहा ना कार्बन
all the sounds.
देखो ये गेम खेलने वाले फ्यूचर में हम लोग सब साथ हैं।
I wish
अरे पड़ी ऐसे बिल्डिंगों से पड़ेगी पता नहीं कहाँ से स्नाइपिंग होगी लॉन्ग रेंज वो जो सामने से पड़ रही है
कहाँ से इसको देखो अंधा मार रहा है।
आप लोगों को साउंड नहीं सुना सकता हूँ बाद में आप लोग देखना ये
फुल रिकॉइल
आप लोग डायरेक्ट उसका की स्ट्रीम खोल लो एक तरफ
We have interacted so many times on social. I've never met him
ओपन
in
बीटा में
person.
ग्राफिक
We
इंप्रूव हो
talked for
जाएगा और भी अरे बहुत शानदार होने वाला है जेल ब्रेक अरे ये क्या है
And
ये
it
क्या
just shows
कर दिया
like
इसने
how hyped people get for Call of Duty. I was telling you, I was like, I can't
Sniping
believe
करो यार कोई तो
this amped for Call of Duty after over 10 years.
I don't think many things like bring everybody together like this. It's about
नहीं स्कोच ट्रिक है सॉरी
यार ये ऐसे क्यों चल रही है
अब बफर क्यों हो रहा है मेरा वीडियो
Sounds available on that lower right hand side. There's a lot more
अरे ये गन का तो देखो
the
यार
menu system, which you might not have seen here on the main
रिकॉइल तो काफी है
individual streamers see
बुलेट में खाली कर दी
seeing the operators there.
अंधा चला
स्नाइपर होना था इसमें पुश कर रहे
It's sexy.
ये अच्छा लगा
अच्छा नोवा भी टीम में इसी की टीम में
Click start. You go,
इसके
go
जैसा
down, you
गॉर्डन
switch weapons.
जैसा
It looks good.
अगर
You see
ज्यादा
the
high-
it's just right in front of your face. You know exactly what's there.
अबे रिकॉल नहीं होता बे अबे रिकॉल लगता है ऐसे रिकॉल हो रहा है लेकिन एक्चुअली मैं जो पीसी में खेल रहा था जो इसका जो आया था ना पीसी वाला वर्जन उसमें लग रहा है मतलब इससे हिलेगा लगेगा कि मतलब बहुत रिकॉल है एक्चुअली में रिकॉल नहीं होता वो
थोड़ा बहुत रहता
हाँ थोड़ा बहुत रहता लेकिन इतना नहीं रहता कि मतलब पबजी की तरह रहता पबजी पीसी में तो बहुत ज्यादा रहता है समझ रहे हो
पबजी के कंपैरिजन में तो
कुछ नहीं कुछ नहीं
चलो पबजी में रिकॉल कंट्रोल करे तो इसका तो कुछ रहेगा ही
बहुत
क्या बोलता है वर्जन
I think everyone appreciates a little bit of variety. Like,
Literally what this game is. You can change your gun up to whatever you want, right? So
well, in a way,
yeah, सारे रियल प्लेयर्स हैं ना बीटा में ग्राफिक्स में टू इम्प्रूव ब्रो ये तो अल्फा स्टेज और भी ग्राफिक इम्प्रूव होने वाले हैं
I mean, we saw Aiden, of course.
भाई बहुत ग्राफिक इम्प्रूव
Like,
होंगे
I want a broken shotgun, and I'm sure he can make it. But
गेम प्ले में
we'll
फोकस
find out
इनका
what
उसके
that
बाद
really
में ग्राफिक तो इनके लिए
means.
बहुत
Of course, as the
आसान
game
बात है improve
develops, he wants a sawn off that kills
लेकिन
people
मैं बता
across
रहा
the
हूँ
map, makes
ये
it
गेम
real
चलेगा
fast.
उसके बाद जो भालना रहेगा ये भी डेड
2.0
नहीं होगा ये
well, I mean,
We'll see if he can do it.
wild. I mean, no matter how much
पीसी वाला हो
work is
गया
gone
ये
into
क्या
this, we've got the nerds in the building.
पीसी
and this
वाला
is
तो
where
क्या है
everyone's
पीसी में
gonna
तो हर साल 2 साल में नया गेम आता ही तो हर गेम डेड हो ही जाता है
गुरु भाई एक्साइटेड है वर्जन के लिए देख रहे क्या इवेंट
यहाँ पे तो आज तक नहीं हुआ
क्लोज बेटा ये तो शायद अभी अल्फा है बहुत
no idea what these guys are going to come up with.
इंडियन ऑडियंस के बारे में बात करते हैं
हाँ इंडियन ऑडियंस
Sort of 2 to 3 hours.
ये लेकिन एपेक्स नहीं हुआ ऑल वर्ल्ड की बात करोगे तो आप डोमिनेंट कर रहे हैं
इंडिया वाले सारा पबजी छोड़ना नहीं पबजी से क्या लगा हो गया गेम को
क्या लगा वही
This
तो
class set up from now until the next year.
क्या उस गेम में कितने मैच हो गए
अनबैन होने वाले थे बीजीएमआई फिर से
अगर इंडिया में गेमिंग जो मोबाइल वाला गेमिंग कम्युनिटी बढ़ना है तो पबजी को जाना है
He's usually very baby faced. Now,
नहीं पर अटक गया मोबाइल गेमिंग कम्युनिटी इंडिया में
maybe like being a rapper, singer. Not sure.
He's a handsome
He really is.
नहीं अटके भाई देख पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू लोगों का बदल रहा है नहीं अटकेगा टाइम तो लगा लेकिन नहीं बदलेगा
ये एपेक्स मोबाइल अगर अगले सीजन में लोग को ऑप्टिमाइज किया अच्छा करे अपडेट
स्क्वाड में नहीं है डूबो
तो चलेगा एपेक्स मोबाइल नहीं तो डेड होने के अभी चांसेस है एपेक्स मोबाइल के
गाड़ी वाड़ी all day, friends, all day.
पता नहीं पीसी आया था कब पता है फरवरी में आया था
Well, I think this is great.
एपेक्स पीसी तो मस्त है एपेक्स पीसी मस्त है मोबाइल पीसी जैसा नहीं है ना अभी
29 में आया था लेकिन दिसंबर में उसका ई स्पोर्ट्स अनाउंस हुआ था 29
हाँ पता है गुरु भाई ओलंपस आने वाला है मजा आएंगे वो मैप में
अभी जोन देखना पड़ेगा कैसा बनेगा
आवाज आया ना मेरी
अर्ली स्टेज में पूरा ग्रीन दिख रहा है
Cruise missiles there, counter UAV, a classic
बहुत सारे लोकेशन अभी तक हो सकता है कुछ करा ही
the
नहीं
Juggernaut is the, I think it's the final one, and it looks crazy. And whoever that AFK player was, get a grip. You are live at COD next. But yeah, there's a ton of cool stuff, and I mean, we're seeing wheel sims in
थर्ड
there.
सीजन लास्ट चांस दे भाई एपेक्स मोबाइल के लिए और थर्ड सीजन में अगर तो मोबाइल डेड हो जाने वाला है
It's called air support now, but it's
ग्लिचेस बहुत है पता है
There's a chopper gunner here.
तो 20 पे तो पता है ग्लिचेस बहुत है
I was like, if we play
क्या
against
बोल
लगता है मतलब एपेक्स में बहुत सारे ग्लिचेस है ये लेके रिकॉल लाइक बहुत मतलब इसका मतलब जंप कुछ सब कुछ साउंड का तो
पैनल लिंक ब्रो ऊपर पैनल की लिंक अभी दी है मैंने देखो आप ऊपर जाके
रेनबो 6 डेड हो जाएगा रे, रेनबो 6 नहीं चलेगा।
अरे वो नहीं खेलेंगे रे, अरे वो उसे हाई पे आ रहा है बे।
वैलोरेंट मोबाइल आने के बाद डेड हो जाएगा रेनबो 6।
अरे रेनबो 6 बहुत पेशेंस गेम है भाई, बैठा है वो ऐसे पीक करके
नहीं चलेगा, नहीं चलेगा रेनबो 6। पीसी में भी होता है, हाइप में होता है।
इसमें तो कुछ नहीं, मतलब था जब स्टार्टिंग में आया था मैं भी खेला था, बैठे रहो ऐसे पीक करके भाई छोड़ो। फिर उसका मैप भी नहीं देखा था लेफ्ट में, पता है याद रखना पड़ता है मैप वगैरह, वो सीखने में टाइम लगता है बंदे को। वो गेम तो डेड है, वो गेम नहीं चलेगा। स्टार्टिंग में आया इसलिए हाइप है।
He's a mouse, obviously recoil, long range. You can manage that more, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of heat
चलेगा मतलब गंदा चलेगा।
Cameraman, get in there real close. Show me the hands. Show me the hands. Oh, gun him. So we played this museum. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. We saw a top down of this on social media. There we go. Yeah, give me the hands. You know that sounds so sad. That sounds scary though. Yeah. You hear that? That better be on my team.
I mean, he is one of the better members I've seen though, like a lot of tournament stuff where you're talking about
प्रोन बटन है।
So not surprised to see him finding some wins in the long range battles, but
टीपीपी खेलने ही नहीं वाला मैं, टीपीपी खेलने ही नहीं वाला, एक बार नहीं छूने वाला टीपीपी को।
वो कहना प्लीज इसमें क्या दिक्कत है, बीआर में पूरा डोमिनेट कर जाता है टीपीपी, फिर एफपी में लॉबी नहीं मिल पाती, वो दिक्कत है। और ये एफपी में रेड होना क्लस्टर स्ट्राइक।
अरे माइंडसेट मतलब पता है पबजी ने मतलब टीपीपी वाला माइंडसेट कर दिया चल रही है।
बहुत अच्छा है, लोगों को चेंज होने का ही नहीं है।
अरे हो जाएंगे देख, एक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू तेरा चेंज हुआ, मेरा चेंज हुआ, तो लोगों का हो रहा है, धीरे-धीरे होगा, टाइम तो लगेगा।
I'd be that guy on the team too. I'd be carrying. Yeah.
It was great. It was really great. We had a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool, you know, the opening breaks and stuff.
He's on a 15 streak, by the way.
Excuse me. He was frying.
He's literally annihilating the lobby. Yeah, let's stick with him. He's on 15 in a row. Another cruise coming in. Bang!
This is the Elgato replay of how this all started.
नहीं मैं नहीं करता हूँ।
Oh, he gets two again. Just ripping them.
It's the same two people. No, sorry, this guy. Oh, it's the replay.
Oh, is it? I'm not saying. He was on 15 in a row.
ये बंदा तो फोड़ रहा, chat है बंदा सबके फोड़ रहा।
It's all good.
Oh, dude, I basically just pulled a symphony, dude, when he was casting the pregame lobby. I thought he earned another one. Well, last thing I saw was 15 streak. I was fired up for my guy.
So he put a. Oh, so it's.
Ad blocker.
This just sounds crazy. I think it's the.
वो वाला
It might be stream, but either way, it's a stream. That boy is ripping metal. So okay, it's kind of cool to see there on the bottom side of the screen for a moment there how the perk system works. He's already at his second tier of perks.
नहीं सारी गन्स लेके भागते हैं शायद।
19 kills.
ये मेसिन गन भी चलता है, उससे ऊपर लेके भागता है जो ड्रॉप में आता है। ये मतलब फिर इसमें मरने के बाद तुम 1v1 करो, उसके बाद आओ ऐसा
गुलाग। हाँ फ्लैश में बनता कैसा दिख रहा है?
Wait, you guys see the movement though that I was talking about? Like how when you're moving, like your whole body, like it's different than other Call of Duty games. It's very hard to put into words, but once you get your hands on this game, like you can tell everything moves with you. Like usually the gun's fairly stationary, but like everything is moving with you at all times.
And you can see it, so that's
Yeah, like you can see it.
एपेक्स में 4 बंदे तो बहुत chaos होता है रे, बहुत chaos होता है 4 बंदे
कोडिंग का मिथिक जैसा। हाँ वही तो कोडिंग में तो वो मिथिक को दिया, इसमें तो एक अलग सा ऑप्शन रहेगा।
Physics of the character.
Physics of the character has been reimagined.
Apex चलेगा, Apex जैसा गेम है ना, मतलब उसका मैकेनिज्म सबको पसंद है, तो धीरे-धीरे चलेगा।
सीजन 3 में बस ढंग से थोड़ा अपडेट दे देना, ऑप्टिमाइज कर लेना।
वो भी अच्छा गेम है।
वो कौन खेलेगा कौन नहीं खेलेगा वो अलग बात है, लेकिन Apex चलेगा। इंडिया में डेड है ये, इंडिया के साथ तू Apex को कंपेयर कर सकता है क्या? और
इंडिया वाले साले PUBG छोड़ना पहले।
हाँ भाई PUBG भाई हमारे क्रिएटर है वो छोड़ दे पहले।
That was Breadman. He's got 25 kills.
He's got that thing locked down.
Quick out there, get him. Just
नहीं खेलोगे क्या अनुराग? हम लोग खेलेंगे।
अनुराग का फोटो के बारे में सोचो, अनुराग का इंदर में।
सही है। कल सबका फेस रिवील हो गया है ना स्ट्रीम पे।
I mean, destroys calling the streaks to the SAE above.
What have we got here?
We got a sniper.
गोलो मोलो है अनुराग।
Imagine loading in, like trying to check everything out, run some different guns and bread matches sometimes.
इंदर बोल रहे अनुराग तुम्हारे
I think he said a word.
उनको गिव योर कॉस्टिंग।
ADS not quick enough there. 2 posts up on the bridge, just shutting him down. But
So
he has the pistol on Miles. Remember we were playing with it? We
अच्छा,
turned
Goats
into a
भी
fully
है,
auto sub yesterday.
Yeah, thing.
Wait,
so,
what?
But yeah, so of course,
120 players की real
Yeah.
movie हुई है. कितने kills कर दिए? 11 kills कर दिए
pretty
यार.
mean. And then of course the ledge hang.
बंदे
I'm hanging on
बचे हैं.
ledge. Clint, you were singing the
squad.
Spider-Man song earlier. Hey man, if Spider-Man carried a
peak option
Glock, yeah, baby. It's crazy to see like how much damage you can do with that thing, and just I mean, it's something that we have to learn now as Call of Duty players. I have to look at funny ledges and see where players.
Yeah.
I was also trying
इसमें एक्स्ट्रा जो इसकी तरह भी यूज कर सकते हैं, मतलब स्लाइड कर सकते हैं.
रिकॉल तो है यार.
You can see when they're pushing at you.
उतना नहीं का बस दिख रहा वैसा. गन शेक हो रही बहुत हो रही.
Another thing. Oh! Isaac, he
निकल नहीं है बस. हाँ, वो गन शेक हो रहा है
Isaac,
बस.
one of our streamers coming in from Europe, made the long trip
लगता है कि
across.
निकल हो
Yeah, I
रहा
was
है.
wondering how many people we had here internationally. I've casted over him in a bunch of Warzone tournaments.
हाँ.
He's
रियलिस्टिक लगेगा पता है.
but he's just trying to hit some sights and try some of the different weapons.
जो ट्रेलर में बताया था ना वो इसमें शानदार
graphics. But there we go. Another shotgun hit.
स्टार्टिंग है.
अरे हाँ ये तो सारी गेम ऐसे ही रहता है ना जब स्टार्टिंग.
I cannot wait to get
एपिक से ही देखो स्टार्टिंग
Quickman
के
just got
साथ
a
और
free
अभी के
piece,
साथ.
and then Isaac followed up with the fourth in the feed. That was very satisfying.
और ये तो गया हवा में
Oh
जाएगा.
yeah, they are
देखो
just
वो खुद
tearing
बोल रहा है नो
it
आ
apart,
रही
it feels
कोई
like.
है ये.
What's that
जो
feel?
अभी रिलीज कर रहे
अरे गुरु भाई इंदौरी भाई के स्ट्रीम पे दिखाना कल. इंदौरी भाई के स्ट्रीम पे दिखाना. अब देखेंगे ना मजा आएंगे.
sort of UAV, but the radius is
अरे ये क्या कर रहे हैं बंदे कर क्या रहे? अच्छा जोन में जा रहे हैं.
क्या देख रहे तुम लोग?
नोआ का गेम प्ले.
Second one, that'll go through.
वो खुद बोल रहा है कि रिकॉल शानदार है इसमें.
somebody saved him.
Oh my god!
It was Breadman.
Oh my god.
Nick Merckx was trying to assassinate
It was
Isaac.
so hard to
All right, get us
control.
out.
अरे गया. करता मैं नोआ.
Fennec. You've run so
अरे फटाफट लगा शील्ड.
I mean, look how different this
मार
POV
लिया.
seems versus like the
Hit
sniper
fire.
POV.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
अरे गजब.
You're going.
Wow.
अरे जीत गया.
Okay, Sean J.
क्या बात है.
Sean fries him. Again,
Yeah,
this is sort of idea.
mobile
Like
iPad or
different,
something.
maybe not
Like
play
करता
styles,
है.
kind of like player attributes here.
Yeah.
नो आपका साउंड नहीं आ रहा. ब्रो साउंड बंद करके रखा है. कॉपीराइट वगैरह ना मिल जाए इस कारण से
He
साउंड
might
कम
be
कर
getting
दिया है.
flanked soon, but the way he's kept himself out.
चलो चलें क्या उस पे मिलते
मैं तो मेन वाले पे मेरे को मेन वाला देखने में मजा आ रही. मैं सोच रहा हूँ पीस है तो
उसमें क्या दिखा रहे हैं अभी.
मतलब वही मल्टीप्लेयर दिखा रहे.
अच्छा इवेंट देख रहे हो. चलो देखो.
मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ चला एपेक्स पीछे है. मेरे को पीसी मिल गया तो मैं पीसी में खेल लेता हूँ. बल छोड़ देता हूँ.
पीसी खेलते हैं चलो. मेरे पास भी एपेक्स है.
पीसी आया तो
सभी देख रहे हैं. नोआ और जोगिस्टा का नहीं आएगा कॉपीराइट. अच्छा रुको फिर से देखते हैं करते हैं. डिलीट कर देंगे उसे स्ट्रीम देखने के बाद में. और फिर से गेम प्ले करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे ये लोग. साउंड बढ़ाते हैं अगर नया गेम प्ले.
ये क्या सुबह तक चलने वाला है.
नहीं
बोर हो गया ना ये लोग स्टार्ट कर दिए खेलना.
It's a lot of fun to use this one, man. I was using it majority of the games.
I mean, they're not doing a great job.
तो ये पूरी लॉबी दिखा रहे
for now, but again, classic Dom.
इसको फेस कैम क्या दिखा रहा है इसका. आधा आधा
UAVs and all sorts of kill streaks coming up. No one's I don't think it was going too crazy with any of the kill streak choices. We did see Crim6 with a VTOL earlier again.
देखो ये बटन से पूरा होने वाला है. कितने सारे बटन हैं.
Oh, you saw that? He jumped.
नहीं हम एपिक्स खेल रहे हैं ना इतना ये नहीं रहेगा.
बस एक प्रोन बटन एक्स्ट्रा आ जाएंगे. एबिलिटीज के बटन निकल जाएंगे. मैं अपना प्रोन के लिए राइट थंब यूज करने वाला हूँ.
गार्डन में 4 यूज करता था. इधर एपिक्स में 3 यूज करता था. ऊपर था मेरा.
Yeah, the bunny hop. Freebies. You're just hopping around. You can even hip fire this one. He's picking up a ton of kills. He's loving this class up.
नहीं अगर कॉपीराइट आना होगा तो बस एक छोटा सा वीडियो का क्लिप भी दिखा दो. कॉपीराइट दे सकता है. बंदे सही का भी सही है साउंड. ठीक है ना.
How you feeling about this? And almost every single one of them said, "I'm really struggling not to slide everywhere." They've been so used to doing that.
Get used to it.
From MW19 all the way through to Warzone when we're on Caldera.
It's not the same.
I can say that just from all the Warzone I played. Like it's going to take like my hands, the muscle memory of it. Like, I'm just so, I've been slide canceling now for
उसको जाना था यार, वो तो main creator था यार COD का.
Take a little bit used to, 100%.
वो क्यों नहीं गया?
But I do think my hands are going to be very happy though. I'm not having to do that constantly.
Yeah, if you try to slide around now, you might even be slower than just sprinting.
उसके वजह से ही कॉर्डम ग्रो हुआ.
Again, it's how he uses the dive is really great. That's what's changing the slide.
I like to leave in my head, you know, the ball.
हर एक गन हर एक मिली के साथ
just like a bowling ball, you know, Miles, just sending it indoors, sitting it through a window.
HBR से 70+ kills किए थे ना, बिना मारे 2 nuke मारे थे शायद.
वही तो.
World record.
Crossbow से नहीं मारा.
अनुराग ब्रो बोट्स नहीं थे, सारे 120 real players थे.
Honestly,
सारे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स थे जो भी खेले ना इस गेम में.
A bayonet
हो सकता है अधिकतर आईपी प्लेयर्स को मोबाइल में खेलना ही नहीं आ पा रहा.
I'm thinking like
वही हो सकता है. बोट्स नहीं था अनुराग ब्रो, कोई भी बोट्स नहीं था.
Yes,
but make that a blade.
Absolutely. Isaac.
Oh, quick swat again. That is his side on. That's his pistol. Again, the range on that bad boy. He's going to do all that crazy.
Good night, Guru. Bye.
Sniper's just so satisfying when you get to kill. The sound, how deep it is. It's amazing.
It feels like there's no drag.
Look at my photo taking a Discord.
Did you have to leave your shot at all, or was it like a red
It felt like
किया था आईफर के बाद अच्छा.
Okay.
But that could just be because I'm rusty.
मुझे बहुत जैसे लग रहे थे
Trying to shoot across the map.
अभी क्रॉसबो से कोई नहीं किया भाई.
कहाँ चले गया मेरा सर्वर?
Super powerful. Sniping is back, friends.
Not to dub.
Snipes feel fast and fun again.
64.
What?
Yeah, we thought Red was popping off. Destroy's up there frying. He's got double the score of everybody in the lobby. All right, all right.
Guru bhai तुम्हारा फोटो नहीं आई.
Look at this. Oh man, through the door.
फोटो
A
कहाँ भी
lot
जा
of
रहे
windows
हैं.
on that map as well. A lot of
जो
glass
स्टाक
above those door frames. I found on you know, even kids that have put like open range and stuff. Sweet nade spots already. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. A little peek at the menu here now as well.
Bobby
Isaac gets ready to get into his next game. So much in Modern Warfare 2. We're almost actually ready to keep the show running. Jess, you're down there with Zuma. Tell us how Tommy's doing.
Miles, that's right, I am right here with Zuma, Tommy Properado himself. So, I mean, you have now had your first taste of Modern Warfare 2 here at COD Next. What did you think?
Oh, it's incredible. The game feels super smooth. The gunplay is awesome. I like the time to kill. And the maps are dope. Got a close quarter gunfights. And, you know, I've been having a blast, man. The chat's loving it as well.
So there's so much talk about, you know, new moves, new maps, changes to the gunsmith. But what really stands out to you? Like, what are you excited about?
कोडेन में नहीं आती जो
just to get the competition going. I mean, I'm excited for the CEO, and I heard them talking about rank play, so you know, I'm really excited for that. And Warzone 2 looked incredible as well. I was talking to Rico, it's going to be a Warzone duo this year, so I'll be bouncing around between the both. But I'm just excited for something new, you know, a new game, and it's been a lot of fun to play.
ये नेट गया मेरा फिर से.
Bro, मेरे को नहीं लगता इसमें कोई रैंक सिस्टम ऐसा कुछ होना.
अवतार.
हर रैंक में अगर
a lot of shows, man, a lot of flanks, a lot of streams. I mean, the content
मेरा आवाज आ रहा है ना?
So excited, man. Zuma is going to take over, and we're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun.
फिर वीडियो कॉल
Well,
बनाने
thank
के
you
डालेंगे.
so much. That is all from me for now. I believe I'm handing it off to my dear friend Lottie.
Thank
मेरे
you
को ऐसे
so much,
इवेंट
Jess, and it is so
करना था
good
एपेक्स
to be
वालों
here.
को
My name
कुछ
is
भी नहीं
Lottie.
किया
First time
उन्होंने.
on the desk, first time, of course, being in this incredible arena.
ये एपेक्स वाले क्या करेंगे मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. क्या सोचे वो लोग क्या होएगा.
अभी सीजन 3 के लिए वेट करेंगे ना, देखेंगे.
सीजन 3 में तो मजा आएगी. सीजन 3 में स्टार्टिंग में फिर देखते हैं बाद में क्या होता है.
ये तो बैग पैक करेंगे निकलेंगे तो.
अभी जब तक कोई ऑप्शन नहीं खेलने का तो एपेक्स ही खेलना पड़ेगा.
Giving you the chance to win the ultimate Modern Warfare 2 supply drop. Keep an eye out during the broadcast for the Jack Link Sasquatch to appear on screen. If you see it, grab your phone and scan the QR code, following the prompts to qualify for entry. Tune in to Call of Duty Next. Squad up with Sasquatch and level up for the ultimate viewing experience. Courtesy
अगर ऐसा होगा तो फिर 120
Terms and conditions
हर
apply.
लॉबी में हर रैंक में कैसे आएंगे रियल.
All right, folks, so keep your eyes peeled to spot the Sasquatch on the screen throughout the show.
तो आगे जाके पता चलेगा.
गेम अभी तुम्हें नहीं बुलाया तो मैं नहीं खेलूंगा. अच्छा चलेगी अनुराग ब्रो
alongside Maven, but we also have Jeff and Joe on here to talk all things Modern Warfare 2. Of course, our multiplayer design directors here. And we're just going to get a bit nerdy, to be honest. You know, we're going to look at a bit of gameplay. I am so excited to talk about it. But maybe I've got to ask you, what do you want to dive into first? We have the two guys that are going to answer a question.
Well, first off, by the way, you guys killed it in the opening of the show.
Thank
you. Know, it started real smooth. I'm sure nerves were going a little bit, but it was awing to see. But I know we're going to have gameplay that's going to be popping up. We're going to chat through stuff. But I think one thing I kind of want to chat through is just there's been a lot of significant changes. You guys are always looking to how to kind of tweak the wheel a little bit. Can we chat through kind of the perk change and where your head was at with regards to that? Because it's a big change. It's interesting.
Yeah, you know, perks haven't really been touched for a long time.
Chalo chat. Good night. अब नींद आ रही है मेरे को.
I guess by nature they're passive, and so most of the time we found people just
stream बंद करके देखेंगे.
And that's it. They kind of forget about the.
I said that earlier. That's me.
Yeah.
Like, I find a few I like, and like that's my class.